Knoxville, Tennessee is always a scenic backdrop for USL League One, and it sets up a great evening with one of the strongest home teams in One Knoxville. They welcome in a well-rested Sarasota Paradise Club. I'm Josh Lill, excited to have you with us for tonight's match, which is brought to you by KUB Fiber. Stream faster with fiber. A look at the league table. Omaha's 2 straight victories have made it tough for Knoxville to reclaim that top spot. And after suffering a pair of losses, the Charlotte Independents, well, they've got back on their front foot, picking up 6 points in 2 games. Madison, they're red hot. Matt Glazer's side, they have won 6 matches in a row. As for Sarasota, they're well behind the playoff line. 3 points would do wonders today. They could jump into 11th at most. Well, there's something about the presence of a first-year League One team that gets Knoxville in a groove. And they've taken advantage of multiple opportunities this year against expansion sides. Ian Fuller's team, they've gotten younger and faster versus playing more recent years, and they've added flash to the attack to complement this daunting defense. And to make matters even more impressive, they have never lost to an expansion team in their first year in League One. And a big part of that success is Teddy Baker, and he has improved Knoxville's midfield. He's made them more versatile. He leads the league in chances created from set pieces, which makes him very dangerous in the final third. Now, Ian Fuller noted that Baker's size is his greatest asset, standing 6'3". This is a guy that can win duels, score on his own, and create for others. He is a very well-rounded player that has shifted the landscape of Knoxville. And as for the visitors, the long wait is over for the Sarasota fans. Your club is back, taking part in a competitive match. Now the schedule, it hasn't been kind to Mika Elavaro's club. They had nearly 2 weeks off at the end of June, and it's been 28 days since their last game against Miami FC in round 4 of the USL Cup. Our player to watch for the visitors, Sander Rode, another young and talented midfielder in this league, and the multiple-time All-ACC honoree at the University of Louisville, is one of the better multifaceted midfielders in 2026. And for an attack that wants to be a little better at creating from both flanks, the Norwegian's distribution will play a role in success. Second all-time meeting between these two clubs is set to kick off. Knoxville won the last time in April. Can Sarasota pick up their first win since June? Don't go anywhere. Starters to kick off up next.
At Zoom Drain, we fix drain and sewer problems fast. That's all we do.
Clogged kitchen sink? Call Zoom Drain. Toilets overflowing? Call Zoom Drain. Ankle deep in the shower? Call Zoom Drain. Sewage in your yard? Call Zoom Drain. Water pooling outside? Call Zoom Drain. Strong sewer smell? Call Zoom Drain.
When you have a clogged drain, call Zoom Drain. To get your life flowing today.
We've always been heads up about money, but sometimes life throws you a curve, like juggling college for our son and what it might take to help my dad if he needs it. He's always been there for us. Our region's Greenprint plan helped us feel more prepared for whatever comes next. And Mike went the extra mile for us with great advice. We feel like we've got this.
Extra confidence from Greenprint. Extra know-how from our people. Extra is our ordinary at Regions.
I would never go back to my previous provider.
If I had this sooner, I could have eliminated a lot of frustrations.
I don't have to hear, Mom, the internet is not working.
If you don't have it, you'd be crazy not to switch.
We are just moments away from kickoff against Knoxville and Sarasota. Again, tonight's match is brought to you by KUB Fiber. Stream faster with fiber. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at the starting 11s that both teams trot out just ahead of kickoff tonight. And starting off with the hosts, the big news, Ian Fuller is back from his red card suspension after assistant coach James Thomas filled in last week against Charlotte. John Garibay, he made 5 saves in that loss against Charlotte. It's also an unchanged back line from the most recent fixture. Eli Conway and Real Gill, they're very good at getting to their inside foots and creating in the central column, but the two just have 7 starts combined this year. It's also a powerhouse up top. Denis Krychenkov and Babacar Dieng, both in the 11, as Ian Fuller and the rest of the staff, they want to unleash all their firepower at the start of this match. Over to the visitors. In net for Mika Elavara, it's Alex Sutton, who's recorded 4 clean sheets this year. Anderson Rosa and Jonathan Bolaños are a dangerous combination on the left side of the formation. They have a lot of interchangeable play that makes it very difficult to defend going forward on that left side. Of course, Declan Waters in at center back. He faced Knoxville plenty in his days with the Chattanooga Red Wolves in the Smoky Mountain SmackDown series. And how could you not have an advantage with Emiliano Terazaghi up top, the three-time League One MVP and Golden Boot winner, looks to ignite this attack. He has just 1 goal on the year. Could we see his second tonight? It certainly would be a big one. The walkout in the anthem just took place. Handshakes with the officials are set to wrap up. A lot of excitement surrounds this game. For Knoxville, they're back home after a difficult stretch. And of course, for Sarasota, they finally played a competitive match for the first time since July 11th. They had those 2 friendlies against Portland Hearts of Pine in a home-and-home series. Have to love that delivery from the fan. Using the mini car. Declan Waters and Jordan Skelton, the number 4 counterparts, in for the coin toss. Captains shake hands, and we're just moments away from kickoff. It rained a little bit in Knoxville, Tennessee earlier today. The tarp was on the field, covering what would be the infield for the Tennessee Smokies. Weather currently at kickoff, it's 81 degrees. Mika Elavara set to lead his side into enemy territory. It won't be an easy task against a team in Knoxville that is very difficult to defeat, yet even draw a result from at home. There's Ian Fuller back on the touchlines. Good to see for the Knoxville faithful after serving his red card suspension against the Charlotte match, and he's very excited for the turnaround. He knew his side needed a response in training after that brutal 3-1 defeat away from the confines of Knoxville, Tennessee. The wind only 3 miles an hour to the east. Shouldn't be much of an effect. It is 81 and cloudy. Justin St. Pierre is our head official for tonight. It's Sarasota in the white kits, eager to be back on the pitch. They look to throw the first punch, and they certainly have the offense to do it. They have the best goal scorer all time in the history of this league, and over for Knoxville. They've always been known as a club that's strong defensively. With Captain Jordan Skelton at the back line, and a talented keeper in Joan Garibay. I always feel like Knoxville can come out of a game with a shutout. The question is, can that offense that also has struggled in recent days find themselves in a groove to start? They're in the blue kits. They go left to right, Sarasota right to left. It's Emiliano Terazaghi that will start playoff here at Covenant Health Park. Three changes for Knoxville from the Charlotte match, just one for Sarasota. Everyone's lined up. The watch is checked. The whistle sounds, and we are underway from Knoxville, Tennessee. One Knoxville and Sarasota Paradise officially underway. It's Sarasota's first competitive match in 28 days, and for Knoxville, they look to put an end to their 3-game losing skid. Again, I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us tonight. Linderoth around, and Sarasota set up shop. Deflected, and it stays the way of the visitors. It's Anderson Rosa set to take the throw in, and was awarded the mid-season Defender of the Year award a little over a month ago. As at the time of the award, he led all defenders in scoring with 4 tallies. As Terazaghi draws that foul. Sarasota have a set piece from distance. It's Rode who stands over this one. Ethan Bryant was nearing the Norwegian midfielder. This opportunity now solely falls on the shoulders of Sander Rode. Here's Rode, winding ball right at the edge of the area, and Perkins deals with it well. Played in, batted away by Gainbridge. Sarasota with good aggressiveness early on. Bolaños winds up, and it's just to the right of Gainbridge. Well, if Jonathan Bolaños is anywhere near the vicinity of a ball, it is automatically a dangerous opportunity. And the grounds crew, and it cleans up a couple of things right on that infield, right where the shortstop would normally play. Shortstop, third base, depending on if there's a little bit of a shift. That is Gainbridge, and sends this one deep into Knoxville's attacking half. Okay, Conway, triple teamed. Attempt to play it off Rode. It does fall to him. Rode right to the feet of Brown. Terzaghi controls. A little bit long on that feet, and Knoxville take over. McRobb tries the distance. It stays in, that cross. It's wide and did not take a deflection. First goal kick of the evening for Sarasota Paradise and Alex Sutton. As Will Perkins found himself in an advantageous spot, but his momentum took him out. Alex Sutton plays this relatively short. Turned over, here's a chance early on, and it's stopped by Sutton. Gill, close. Real Gill found himself on the receiving end of a second chance opportunity and couldn't punish Sarasota, but it was an inviting chance. And the visitors, who seemed like they had the momentum inside the first 3 minutes, Knoxville found a little bit of cohesive play on this most recent attack. Real Gill onto his inside foot, and that's what makes the former Northern Colorado man so dangerous. He can score with either foot. Makes it very tough to defend. Skelton to McRobb. Conway turns and faces. Chenkov leads it through to Gill, and it's stopped by Sutton. The rebound cleared away. Brown keeps it on the ground. Caputo. Brown looked to go inside and draws the foul. A great free kick spot for Knoxville, and of course Teddy Baker, the first head over to the area. Replay, let's take a look at that again. Roll that beautiful bean footage. And tonight, Alex Sutton, inside the first 10 minutes, he's had trouble with these second chance rebounds. Ball, it's been quite heavy off his gloves. Sets up Teddy Baker, who leads the league in chances created from set pieces with 24 on the air. It's Teddy Baker. Curls this one to the backside. And finds no one. Deanne the closest to it, but it's out past the byline. Road took a bump. Conway retrieves. Sliding is Baker. He was last to touch. Anderson Rosa, like we mentioned, very key to watch on that left flank. As Road thought he was grabbed from behind. Bryant hit the deck and turns it over to Gill. Real Gill outside to Will Perkins. Sarasota shut that idea down fairly quickly. Knoxville send this one in a recycle. Brown not available on the overlapping run. Gill pressured. Brown unleashed for the moment. His heavy touch intercepted. And here comes Sarasota. Good foot there from Caputo. His body falling one way, but was very firm in his challenge. He wins it for Knoxville. Sarasota thought Kurchenkov was offside. Not the case. Again, we have no VAR here in USL League One, so that cannot be looked at. Knoxville look to make it 2 this year against Sarasota. They were victorious back on April 4th in a 2-1 win on the road. Knoxville, that man Will Perkins was such a big part of the offensive success, where his side led in box touches, final third entries, possession, and passes. And while they may have not scored an egregious amount of goals, just enough to win the game, the chances they set themselves up for really spoke volume and came in volume as well. Deanne, the curler in, headed out, and back to Brown. Deanne plays that one through to Kurchenkov, leaves it in the middle. It was inaccurate, but he had the right idea to draw Eli Conway further into the penalty area. Eli Conway makes just his 4th start of the 2026 campaign in league play. 7th across all competitions. Meanwhile, for Real Gill, 5th start in the league. And just like Conway, 7th if you include the US Open Cup and the USL Cup. Gill inside, Kurchenkov on the byline. Off the defender. And Callum Stretch was ready for it. Sarasota clear. And McRobb tripped up from behind. It was a clean challenge. Terzaghi wants numbers forward quickly. Ethan Bryant the first to hustle to the other end, and the moment Terzaghi realized that Knoxville would be back ready to defend, he didn't want to expel any more of his team's energy to run up and be in a hurry. Terzaghi's so pesky around the ball. Able to poke it free. It's Callum Stretch, former Tormenta man, on the throw-in. Another long ball tested. It's errant in its execution. They couldn't find Kurchenkov, and there's the Puerto Rican national. Callum Stretch is capped on 4 occasions with the Puerto Rican senior men's national team. Of course, that experience, it's invaluable. Anytime you can get starting minutes for a national team on a huge stage, it really pays dividends to helping form his first-year professional club. Sarasota, of course, they've existed before, prior in USL League Two, but nonetheless, starting a team in the professional ranks, it's no easy feat. You need leaders like Callum Stretch, who have been around the game, to help fortify the defense and really set the tone from the back. But up front, it's Sarasota making a bit of noise, and that took a deflection, which it did. It sets up a Sarasota corner kick. It's Ethan Bryant. He heads over for this set piece. Came over from Monterey Bay FC in the offseason. And like many of these players on this Sarasota team, carry a Richmond connection. Once the League One Young Player of the Year back in 2022. That one sent in with a bit of force. Settled down by Walker. And played backward. Rosa leaves it short. Stretch. Sarasota don't mess around and opt to play backward. Jonathan Bolaños got the lone goal against Knoxville back in April when these two faced off. Very well, Anderson Rosa, the man with the ball, could get on the scoring end in a heap. Very good with his left foot as Bolaños goes forward, flicked on by Rode. It's outside for Terazaghi. Goes for service. Bolaños at the edge of the area. Taken away by Dien. Kurchenkov in pursuit. Waters chases him down. It's Kurchenkov who wins the ball. Dennis Kurchenkov, and it's stopped by Alex Sutton. Dennis Kurchenkov was blanketed by Declan Waters, an all-league defender that is capable of handling any task, but Kurchenkov is as slippery as he is. Somehow found a way to create just a few feet of space and made that save very difficult for Alex Sutton. We are still scoreless. Bolaños leaves it off for Rosa. And Skelton draws the corner kick. Let's take a look at that again. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Kurchenkov chases the long ball, and he doesn't rush into his move. Waits for the ball, settles it. And Alex Sutton dove just in time. Had to use all of his body to get there. And it paid off. Now that we're beyond the 15th minute, Knoxville, the only team now to have continued to not concede a league goal inside the first 15 minutes of matches. We're officially in the 16th minute. That is an impressive feat. It really is not surprising about Knoxville at all. They always want to set the tone defensively. That goes back to the Mark McKeever days in 2023 and for a good chunk of 2024. Bryant plays it in, back post, it's dangerous. But a foul in the area gives the ball right back to Knoxville. Well, Ian Fuller, he did not mince words about the team's last match against Charlotte. Came out and said the guys just did not compete. It had nothing to do with tactics. It was about individual play that really took down the level of the collective play. And watching from the press box at American Legion Memorial Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, Fuller felt like it was just a slip and slide the whole way. He felt like the desire, pressure, and intensity to take Charlotte's momentum away was completely lacking and non-existent. But in the days leading up to this match, training, it was very intense, probably the most intense since the preseason, as indicated by Ian Fuller. And I asked him, do you not want to overreact too much and put yourselves mentally in a tough spot? And he said, no, we needed to overreact, and we did it in the best way possible. He said, because what you saw against Charlotte, that's not us. That's not our system. That's not our club. He feels quite confident in the team's resilience in the intense training sessions on Monday and Tuesday. Moved the team along in the midweek, but they're in a bit of a bind right now. Bryant turning, facing, fisted away by Gainbridge. It's still alive for Sarasota. Each keeper tested. They have passed their exams with flying colors for the moment. Very much like Knoxville, Sarasota certainly want to forget their last match, and we'll get into it here in a second. As Bryant on the turn and face. And Gainbridge was ready for it. This ball had a lot of spin on it. It was wicked. The third-year Knoxville man dealt with it fairly well. But as previously mentioned, Sarasota, like one Knoxville, wants to forget their last competitive match. Again, it came 28 days ago against Miami FC on July 11th, where they lost 5-0. And head coach Mika Olivara didn't even want to talk about it. He said, we put it out of our minds. That wasn't us. And they've used these two friendlies from July 11th to now against Portland Hearts of Pine to get ready. And 5 Academy products also made their debut for Sarasota. So to get their young players involved, see some minutes, even though it won't officially go down in the record books, to just get on the pitch and get in a professional competition. It did wonders for the young players. Corner for Sarasota, it's Bryant over again. But the postponement in the Naples match last Saturday due to weather just added another wrinkle in this team's lopsided month of training and simply existence. It's not easy to go 28 days without a competitive match. That's why they scheduled those friendlies against Portland. Bryant skies this one in, knocked away by Deanne. Rosa tries this one into the area, and it's off. Tune in on August 12th for the Prince Tires USL Cup quarterfinals. After 4 rounds of interleague play, 6 championship and 2 League One clubs remain alive as the knockout rounds begin. Catch all the action on Wednesday, August 12th, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN+. Charlotte and Spokane will be the 2 League One teams competing in that competition. Out wide to Perkins. Brown calling for it on the far side. It's played into the box. And look at that, it does find Jaheim Brown. He's shut down and forced to put Teddy Baker in a tough spot, and eventually turns it over. In those friendlies against Portland, Sarasota found success. They won on aggregate 4-3 after defeating Hearts of Pine on the road 2-1. Then they drew 2-2 at home. The 2 clubs, especially the ownership, they have a lot of respect for each other, and again wanted to create that cool atmosphere. Also give their fans something to root for in that time off. They're on the back foot yet again. As Knoxville threaten. They've had 52% of the ball. It's been nearly even. And Sarasota's strength tonight, it's fallen in set pieces. They've had 3 corners compared to Knoxville's none. Coach Oliveira's side, they've also been effective in the final third. They've gotten into the penalty area twice as many times as Knoxville tonight. And Sarasota again draw the foul. Two of three's Knoxville shots have been on target. 1 of 3 for Sarasota as they look to heat up here. Bolaños under duress. Brown nearly stole it away. Rosa opts back, it's Linderoth. Has to play this one into open field. Ian Fuller, very excited for what's to come this weekend. As you can see, James Thomas also behind him. He served as head coach last match, and play at home has been very kind to Ian Fuller's side. Last year, they were unbeaten at home, 11 wins and 4 draws. Whether it was previously on the campus of the University of Tennessee, or home of the Volunteers. So there's a push in the area. And no foul call for Justin St. Pierre. Mika Elevara has to be pleased with the chance creation so far for his side. Again, it hasn't amounted to anything yet. The XG just a little bit higher than Knoxville's. The Sarasota coach comes over from the Richmond Kickers, where he saw the development of plenty of players under Darren Sawatsky, who really took the youth movement to heart. Most notably developed Griffin Garnett, who was sent off to Europe between the 2025 and 2026 seasons. And Coach Sawatsky will now lead Sporting Cascades in Oregon. But you look at the accolades in which Coach Elevara has coached in terms of what the players have picked up. 8 All League One players, as this one's intercepted. Golden playmaker, Emiliano Terzaghi, of course. Multiple-time MVP and Golden Boot winner. He knows what it takes to develop young talent. Speaking of young talent, here's Ethan Bryant, the 24-year-old. Brings it swiftly into the final third. In the 25th minute, we're scoreless. Knoxville and Sarasota both have hopes of breaking this deadlock. Only one team will do it first. For Sarasota, everyone talks about the 13 days off for the mental health break, and then of course the 28 from the last match. But what people failed to mention is they had 3 games in 8 days between those 2 breaks, where they took on Richmond and Greenville in league play. Those resulted in scoreless draws, and of course were thumped by Miami FC. And it goes to show, through all that adversity, the lack of goals since June 20th, Mika Elevara's side has come out swinging. They haven't been afraid, and they've gone toe-to-toe with one of the best in the league here inside the first 26 minutes of play. DN. Waters controls. Stretch plays it back. Knoxville, like we mentioned, they set the tone of matches. It's really what led them to that Players' Shield and League One title a year ago. And when you set tones in matches, it's important not to concede first. And in the match against Charlotte, that was only the 4th time this year that Knoxville were the first to let up a goal in a League One match. When they do so this year, they picked up a win, lost twice, and drew once. Sterzagi goes for goal, but it was blocked by Skelton. Karani. Bryant lays it out wide. The cross somehow stays in to the liking of Jonathan Bolaños. This one low. Softly touched by Skelton, but then Baker handles. Stretch into traffic, popped up by Walker. Waters to it. And foul against Babacardian. This losing skid that Knoxville are on, it's their longest since June 24th, where they lost 3 consecutive league matches. They come into today with a league record of 10-5-3. And in each of their past 2 seasons, they only lost 5 games in the regular season. To maintain that stat, well, they would have to go without a loss for the rest of the regular season. Here's Bolaños on the byline, plays it central, and Baker with a critical touch, steers it aside. Sarasota aren't done, and Baker got a piece of it. Bombastic defense from Teddy Baker. Keeps it scoreless. Teddy Baker using his feet and upper body to make sure that Johan Garibay goes untested in that situation. His efforts will be needed again. Standing 6'3", set to defend a corner. It's Rode. Near side of the 6 popped up, and Garibay watches that one go over the netting. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Johan Garibay this year, 6 shutouts in league play. That's second most among all keepers, and had 47 saves coming into tonight. That's also top 3. Spent a lot of time under Sean Lewis for the past couple of years. In his first year with the team back in 2024 was the designated USL Cup keeper, and that's when it was only League One teams. So Garibay got a chance at 8 competitive matches. And talking with Ian Fuller and just recalling the conversations from 2025, those two were a terrific pairing, always learning from each other. And there was a lot of competition for the keeper spot, so it pushed guys like Sean Lewis and Johan Garibay to go that extra 1% to try and best each other. And the investment in Garibay, it certainly has paid off. The 3-time all-conference keeper, back with Gonzaga, has really found his way at One Knoxville, as he'll get back to defend the byline after Conway's last to touch. At the half-hour mark, Knoxville and Sarasota scoreless. I'm Josh Lill, happy to have you with us and set to take you through the remaining hour of play. Sarasota come in, first competitive match since July 11th. Knoxville, they've lost 3 straight as that one's denied. Karani stays with it. DN repossesses for Knoxville. And Kurchenkov tussled to the ground. And Declan Waters a little bit frustrated after that challenge. The last time Knoxville lost more than 5 games in a regular season, it was their first year as a professional side back in 2023, where they were defeated on 12 occasions, excuse me. And Jaheim Brown on the ground right now for Knoxville. And the training staff is on to check on the injured right back. Both teams stay on the pitch, but head toward their bench areas. And Jaheim Brown, who leads the league in interceptions, with 29 coming into tonight, and is the block leader on this Knoxville team. His day will be done, and it's Scott McLeod, 23-year-old defender, on for just the 5th time in league play. Not the sight you want to see for Jaheim Brown. And look, we mentioned a versatile defender that's really good at winning the ball back. And Brown went down off camera. And finally back to his feet. And McLeod heads back to the bench area. The substitution will not happen. So it is Brown to stay on. That is a great sign to see as he walks off on his own power. We mentioned the league leader in interceptions. Knoxville have already lost an outside back in Chris Teo, who's been hurt for a while now. The last thing Ian Fuller and this Knoxville staff need is to lose their starting right back, but he's good to go. And he'll await re-entry at the direction of this officiating crew. Following the Sarasota foul and the Jaheim Brown injury. With Finn McRob's kick, we're back underway. Just over 10 minutes until the announcement of first half stoppage. Again, I'm Josh Lill. Happy to have you with us tonight. It's DN, tripped up, dispossessed. And Bolaños, frustrated, picks up the ball, slams it to the ground, and likely gets a warning here from Justin St. Pierre. He pleads with Bolaños to calm the tempers. Bolaños motioning to the other end of the pitch toward a previous call, but they come to reasoning. And here it is, Teddy Baker. Second in the league in chances created. Baker doesn't like the distance that Sean Karani has given him. It's legal. Baker inside the header. It's skied over the net. Well, if you're one Knoxville, you have the luxury with Finn McRob and Jordan Skelton on your roster. Each of those players at least 6'3" tall. Jaheim Brown officially back on the pitch, and McRob a little too much under this ball. But that's exactly the target that Teddy Baker aims for, whether it's him or Jordan Skelton on these set pieces. This one loose. Bolaños collects. Head on a swivel, cuts inside. It's Bolaños. An impressive pass. Opposite side on the box, it drifts wide. It did not take a deflection, and it's a Knoxville goal kick. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select the player's choice. Conway taken down. Baker worked short off the set piece. Decided not to go direct. Skelton and McRaw play a little back and forth. McRaw has to deal with the pressure of Terazaghi. His relentless pursuit has made it very tough to play through on the ground for this Knoxville team out of the back. Gill. Dispossessed. That one left short. Knoxville take advantage. DN tries Kurchenkov. Tripped up in the area. And it's a goal kick. Bryant. Sarasota looked for an immediate response after the near Knoxville chance, and Skelton can't deal with Bolaños. And it's Sarasota with the corner. Mika Elevara's side, they have the lowest amount of goals inside the box with only 10, but they're top 4 for goals outside the area with 7. Can they create some traffic in front of Joan Garibay? Create a mess of the situation. It nearly works. It fell to Terazaghi. But multiple Knoxville players were right there to keep that one out of the net. And Teddy Baker might have caught the worst of that one. Last shot on target for either team came in the 18th minute. It was Ethan Bryant for Sarasota. Since then, neither keeper has had to make a save. Slow roller, collected with ease by Sarasota and given away. Dangerous pass through, trip. Here comes Sarasota on the fast break. Karani and Bolaños. It's Jonathan Bolaños and he whiffs. Too much on it for Jonathan Bolaños, and that is a moment he will want to have back. It's tough. The inside foot, he had to twist his hips. He sent that ball curling and soaring to the back post. Moment of frustration forces Sarasota to get back and defend. Flicked forward, Kurchenkov draped over Rosa and shoved him down. And Justin St. Pierre had eyes all over that play. Anderson Rosa felt like he's been taken down unfairly a couple times today. You saw the frustration on his face. His side will look to tally here late in the first half. It's Sutton, the former Lafayette College keeper. Plays that one off the head of Skelton. Karani leaves it off for Stretch. Has the size advantage over Gill. It's Sean Karani. Waters likes the opportunity as Bolaños played that one over the head of Rosa. Anderson Rosa and Jonathan Bolaños, as the latter just committed a foul. The interchangeable play between those two, you saw Rosa become very inverted as he cut in front of Bolaños into the box. You never know when those two can switch off, as either have the capabilities to play like a left winger. Knoxville caught it in time and reset here off the Sarasota foul. McRobb into the corner to Perkins. Cuts onto the inside foot. Leaves it for Gill. The wicked spin of the ball forced him to the outside. Now it's Gill. Tries the header. And it's kept away by Linderoth. Knoxville and Sarasota have been unable to find the back of the net. It's been nearly a half hour since either team has had a shot on target. With the play, it's been competitive. Each club has put pressure on atop the formation and made it tough to play out of the back as Kurchenkov looks to turn and face. It's heavy off the foot of Conway. The hold-up play was the right idea from Denis Kurchenkov, but it was too difficult for Conway to manage. Alex Sutton recorded 3 shutouts a year ago for Carolina Core FC in MLS Next Pro. And it touched by Conway. Rosa through the middle. Bryant into the area. Karani. And trips up a Knoxville player right in the area. It's Real Gill that took the worst of it. And Johan Garibay made 5 saves against Charlotte. He had 5 saves combined in his previous 3 League One matches to the Independence fixture. The 5 stops is his second most in a League One game this year. Definitely comes in with a hot hand. Although conceding 3 against Charlotte, to see 5 other quality chances from the best scoring team in the league, it has to have some positive effect. Stoppage time is brought to you by Zoom Drain, the official drainage partner of One Knoxville SC. It's just 2 short minutes left to play here in the first frame of the match. McRobb clears. Sarasota wait for reinforcements. Bryant on the ground. Karani. Bryant. Road. Into the area, touched by Bolaños, and it skips right past Johan Garibay. He'll waste precious seconds off the clock, maybe even take a yellow card in the process for time wasting. Here's the whistle. Now sends this one into the Tennessee night sky. Inaccurate pass. Sarasota have 30 seconds to answer. There it is, the halftime whistle. Knoxville and Sarasota head into the locker room scoreless. Just 3 total shots on target between both clubs. But for Mika Elevara, for his side's first competitive match since July 11th, they've hung in with 1 Knoxville. As for Ian Fuller's side, they've possessed at length. Their defense has looked good. They haven't conceded on set pieces yet. There's much to be happy about for both coaches, but certainly a lot to improve on here in the final 45 minutes of play. Chances came left and right. Tackles were frequent, but not enough chances on frame to test either keeper. A little bit of frustration for both coaches. We'll see what adjustments they make. We're scoreless at halftime, which is brought to you by Realty Executives.
Extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectations. It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes the SEC the definition of excellence, while our team goes the extra mile so your financial wins keep coming too. Extra changes everything. And extra is our ordinary at Regions, official bank of the SEC.
Better get it. And if it's not, they'll soon be there, and you get it then.
If you want to learn how to fan the football way, ask the fans with a Modelo. They look like thousands, but sound like one. In their hands, a simple beat is transformed into a masterpiece. Commitment runs through their veins. Because to them, the bigger the family, the better the game. So go ahead, ask the fans with a Modelo.
Our halftime score is brought to you by Realty Executives. 1 Knoxville and Sarasota Paradise scoreless at the break. Plenty of action set to take place in the second half, but before that, there's a lot of excitement around the USL. This game has grown so much, this league continues to shine. Let's take a look at what is to come throughout the USL.
Of the USL Championship has gone from dreams to renderings to construction. At its recent groundbreaking in Southwest Detroit, Alumni Phi Stadium became a vision for the very near future.
We've been incredibly fortunate to create something that's way bigger than us, and that we have the great fortune of being stewards of it. And the stadium represents really an investment in that community, an investment in this neighborhood, a tremendous investment in the city, and something that will be around for generations to come.
With this stadium, the club is investing in its future and demonstrating a long-term commitment to building a sustainable, community-driven club. I'm excited for what the future holds for Detroit City. I can't wait to be back here for the opening match in 2028. And I want to say congratulations to the fans, supporters, ownership group, and the entire community that made this amazing new home possible.
At 15,000 seats, Alumni Phi raises the bar for Detroit City. Soon there will be more groundbreakings and sounds of stadium construction as USL gets closer to the launch of Premier.
As USL Premier gets closer, anticipation will certainly build over the coming years. But for now, anticipation builds for the second half of play between Knoxville and Sarasota. Will one of these clubs strike the back of the net? Here on Halftime, brought to you by Realty Executives. Stay tuned as we'll have halftime highlights, stats, and more news from around the league coming up.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Hay mucha fiesta, señor Martino. Vicente revancha, doctor. Pero falta gol, estamos a esperar a Hugo. ¿Hugo Sánchez? Sí, tira para adelante. ¿Quién maneja? ¿Un futbolista? Señor Martini, llegamos por fin. Ay, bendito sea el chapar, doctor. Hugo, ¿regreso a las canchas? ¿Algún consejo?
Sí, confía y cree en ti.
¡Ey! ¡Pasa al norte! A donde me dé la oportunidad, pero listo para dar el paso. ¡Listo, vamos!
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
We've always been heads up about money, but sometimes life throws you a curve, like juggling college for our son and what it might take to help my dad if he needs it. He's always been there for us. Our region's Green Print plan helped us feel more prepared for whatever comes next. And Mike went the extra mile for us with great advice. We feel like we've got this.
Extra confidence from Green Print. Extra know-how from our people. Extra is our ordinary at Regions.
Our halftime score brought to you by Realty Executives. Knoxville and Sarasota scoreless at the break. While we have a moment, let's take a look at the USL W final.
Takes a bounce. First time shot, it's in! The Vermont Green have equalized!
Knoxville and Sarasota scoreless at the break. Halftime brought to you by Realty Executives. And when we come back, we'll have scores, highlights, and stats coming up.
I would never go back to my previous provider.
If I had this sooner, I could have eliminated a lot of frustrations.
I don't have to hear, Mom, the internet is not working.
If you don't have it, you'd be crazy not to switch.
Tired of dealing with the same drain problems again and again? Zoom Drain Bio helps stop backups before they start. This safe, natural probiotic treatment breaks down grease and waste. No harsh chemicals, no pipe damage, just cleaner drains and fewer surprises. With regular use, Zoom Drain Bio keeps your system flowing and extends the life of your Zoom Drain service. Zoom Drain Bio, a greener way to protect your pipes, your budget, and the planet.
You've heard all about the benefits of contrast therapy. Now it's time to experience it for yourself. Explore the deep relaxation of a sauna session, the thrill of a cold plunge, and simply take a little time to unwind. Book a standard 2-hour visit, and you can always add a massage. It's all designed for deep, effortless rest. It's time for something different. It's time for Sauna House.
It is time for the USL halftime update in League One. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with the headlines. Forward Madison's role continued into the month of August with another victory. Forward Ryan Carmichael scored a hat trick in a 5-2 win over Chattanooga, the first hat trick in club history. And Madison's home unbeaten streak has now reached a club record 11 matches. Earlier this week, big plans for Portland Hearts of Pine, a brand new stadium, not only a vision for Cassidy Point in Portland, now the club has acquired the land it needs for the project. The Waterfront Stadium will host the men's and women's teams and is expected to hold 9,000 to 11,000 fans. Wednesday the 12th, it's the quarterfinals of the Prinks Tires USL Cup. Charlotte Independence and Spokane Velocity carry the torch for League One. USL will perform its test run of football video support, allowing coaches 2 requests for video review of 4 areas: goal or no goal, penalty or no penalty, direct red card, and mistaken identity of a yellow or a red card. Upcoming national spotlight games, all on CBS Sports Network. Omaha hosting Richmond on the 16th. Phoenix Rising and Colorado Springs on the 19th, and that game is also on 2DN. And then Orange County hosting FC Tulsa on the 22nd. This is the USL halftime update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Here on the Realty Executives halftime report, Knoxville and Sarasota scoreless after the first 45 minutes of play. While we have a moment, let's take its scores from around the league here in USL League One. Starting things off, Omaha on the road are on top of Chattanooga Red Wolves. The table toppers right now clinging to that #1 seed. Well, there's no shocker here. Travel delays for Spokane postponed the match against Cosmos, and Charlotte and Greenville are in a weather delay. It seems like weather has messed up a lot of the games this week. And right now, Corpus Christi on the road leading Portland Hearts of Pine 1-0. Boise and Fort Madison, along with AV Alta and Fort Wayne, set to kick off later tonight. Highlights from the first 45 minutes of play. While we may not have a score, we have plenty to show you. And how about this? Inside the first 5 minutes, Knoxville on the front foot, and it's Alex Sutton with the save on Dennis Kerchang. Took him one way, and that was a difficult attempt, and it couldn't be put home. Halftime stats also brought to you by Realty Executives. Knoxville and Sarasota scoreless. Right now, Sarasota, they've had plenty of chances with triple the amount of shots that Knoxville have obtained, but it is the hosts who lead shots on target 2-1. How about Sarasota coming into a place that's not only difficult for visiting teams to compete in, but hold possession. They have 53% of the ball. They've also had 5 corner kicks compared to 0 for Knoxville. They've had the set pieces, they've had the ball. Now it's time for Mika Olivar's side to go out there and convert a chance and strike first. 45 minutes to go here at Covenant Health Park. Knoxville, they look to avoid losing 4 straight in league play. Jordan Bender in for a Sarasota side that looks to record its first goal since June. Scott McLeod is in for 1 Knoxville. They'll start with the ball. They go right to left. Sarasota left to right. The watch is checked, the whistle is sounded, and we are underway for the second half of play, but we might have gone a little too quickly for the liking of Justin St. Pierre. We have to hold on just one bit more. And now we're good. Not quite yet. Emiliano Terazaghi anxious to get to the ball, and you saw the smirk on his face. We're officially underway in Knoxville, Tennessee. One more half to go between 1 Knox and Sarasota. I'm Josh Lill. We're pleased to have you with us, whether you've tuned in for the first 45 minutes of play or you're in watching for the first few seconds tonight. Scott McLeod in for Jaheim Brown, who came up injured in the first half, and Jordan Bender checks in for Sean Karani. Jordan Bender, a former Orlando City B player, played on the first team on a couple of occasions and was even loaned to the Charlotte Independents for 15 matches back in 2021. He's back in USL League One, which it's been a few years, but he's quite familiar with. And all of a sudden, it's another corner kick for Sarasota. Make it 6 on the evening. Bryant without swing, off the head of McLeod. Long ball tested, Rode was ready for it. Bryant sees daylight on the outside, but overzealous in his feet for Terzaghi. Sarasota Paradise, they're the only team with multiple scoreless draws in USL League One this year. This is familiar territory, but they'd like to avoid it at all costs and get on the score sheet here. As Bryant, pressured to the outside, leaves it for Rode. Sander Rode flicks it toward the byline. And another corner conceded by Scott McLeod. Corner number 7 for Sarasota. And they need a conversion desperately. No scoreless draws. It came back-to-back. Occurred at the start of July. Bryant's header in. Knocked away, collected by Rode. And that's not to be confused with multiple scoreless draws. It's the fact that it happened in consecutive fashion. No team has seen a repeated offense in back-to-back games. Knoxville win it after a collision in the midfield. Perkins plays it through to Gill. Gill has Conway central. He slammed on the brakes. Perkins in pursuit. Does chase it down, but shields the ball. Away from Anderson Rosa to draw the throw, and bicycle pass attempt from Eli Conway. Drew some oohs and ahs from the crowd. Stretch. Does stretch this ball indeed forward. It's Bender. Collided with Finn McRobb. Terzaghi to the opposite side, and Perkins was ready. McRobb. McRobb calls his own number. McRobb onto the byline and collected by Sutton, and you can see Sarasota desperate for a goal. It has been a long time across all competitions. Those numbers, if you do them right, which our production crew did, it takes you all the way back to June 20th. That goal came against Corpus Christi in a 4-1 loss. Bryant. Bender opts off to stretch, cannot get there. And it's a corner kick. The Knoxville players are frustrated. Set pieces are crucial, and it's only a matter of time before this Sarasota team converts. Although Knoxville are one of the best at defending set pieces, and it's because they have so many tall players on this roster. Teddy Baker and Finn McRobb are both 6'3". Jordan Skelton, 6'4". Jordan Garibay himself is 6'3". With outswing. Glided off the back of the head of Stretch. Bolaños. The header was inviting, but just a bit off. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. It was 81 degrees at kickoff. Now it's a cool 79. The wind's still 3 miles an hour to the east. It hasn't been much a factor. And likewise for Knoxville, they've struggled to put one past their opponent. The one goal came against Charlotte. Of course, we're shut out by Avialta and Chattanooga. That one skips across the 6! What a moment! Eli Conway, his first professional goal! You saw the offensive struggles, just one goal in the last 230 minutes for Knoxville. And immediately, Eli Conway gets one up here. And let's look at this again. Roll that beautiful bean footage. It is beautiful indeed. It is perfect, and it is memorable for Eli Conway. And Teddy Baker, excellent service. Left it in no man's land. Alex Sutton had to make a decision to come to the ball or protect his net. And the placement by Teddy Baker set Eli Conway up for a perfect finish. The first goal is always one you'll remember. It could lead Knoxville to the result. And once again, they score first. It's not often they've conceded the first in matches. Ian Fuller talked about the lack of identity his team had in that Charlotte match, and this, what you just saw, looks a lot like the Knoxville team that won trophies a year ago and got off to a hot start in 2026. Kurchenkov on the byline, puts the brakes on. Kurchenkov dispossessed. It's Baker. Teddy Baker dancing in search of a good option. It wasn't Perkins in the moment. Baker's cross spins out. Last touched by Sarasota. And it goes for a throw-in. Knoxville have now scored 8 goals inside the first 15 minutes of the second half in League One play. That leads all 17 USL League One teams. You talk about the fresh starts, the tone setters, their defense. It carries them in the first half. And then it wears down their opponents. And they finally seize a stranglehold on games, attacking-wise, in the second half. Quick touch, Gill collided there with his own teammate. It's McRobb. McLeod. Couldn't go on the underlapper. Baker across the box. Sutton twisting it, turning, it's loose, and he's quick to it again. Ran into his own defender and immediately plays this as far from his goal as possible. Sarasota fight to keep it in, and it was last touched by Knoxville. It's another corner kick for Sarasota. Bolaños right away, no hesitation from distance. It's over the head of Garibay. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XMFC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XMFC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Long ball tested again, and it is controlled. Kurchenkov. Gill goes for goal, and it's collected by Sutton. Alex Sutton has been very good tonight. It just so happens that assist from Teddy Baker was pure excellence. We'll see if he officially gets credited with the helper. If not, certainly will get credit on chance creation. Waters, the captain, in this pitch where he has played so many times as a rival member of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. A lot of what's attributed to this scoreless skid for Sarasota. It's been about conversion in front of net and the struggle to break down the low block as Terazaghi took a little contact from behind, but it's clean. And Terazaghi gets right in the face of Jordan Skelton. Not afraid to give him a little bump. And the head official, Justin St. Pierre, doing a good job of calming the tempers. Errant ball collected by Stretch. Road. Through on the far side, Bolaños. Perkins shields him away. Flicked into Baker. Stumbled for a moment. Had to get by Justin St. Pierre. Here's it through for Gill, who cuts inside. This is why Ian Fuller started guys like Eli Conway, Real Gill, the commanding presence in the central column. And Real Gill, it looked like motion to the Knoxville bench to get a substitution. At the hour mark, Knoxville lead, courtesy of Eli Conway, his first professional goal. The header in, it's off the post, the rebound just wide for Sarasota. Last touch by Knoxville defender. The moment was there for Ethan Bryant. It was there for the taking. The execution, however, inches off. Let's look at this again. All that beautiful bean footage. That's as close as it gets. And Bryant didn't get his foot to that second when it was Jordan Skelton. He's fourth in the league in clearances and leads all of USL League One in headed clearances. Of course, standing 6'4", that certainly has to help. but his presence, he knows how to get to the ball. He's won over 60 aerial duels here in 2026. Knoxville got a good one in their fourth-year man. Nico Rosamilia, who's missed 19 matches this year across all competitions, is now in for Real Gil. It's good to see Rosamilia back in for just the 4th time in league play this year. And went off the head of Skelton after being played for by a Sarasota player. Miscommunication, and it's possession to the hosts. Another Sarasota possession means another Sarasota corner kick. When it rains, it pours. 11 corners. Is this the one? Can Ethan Bryant come up with a bit of magic? The former League One Young Player of the Year skied that one, but it did deflect off a Knoxville player. It does stay with Sarasota. There it is, 11 corner kicks, nearly a dozen, and Knoxville, shockingly, have not been able to draw one. Bender. Deanne wins it. Lofts that one up to Rosamilia. Rosamilia, the former Rutgers Scarlet Knight. Scored 3 goals and recorded 3 assists a year ago. Would love to add to the late game magic for Knoxville. Amadeus Linderoth, now on the ground for Sarasota. Has started in every league match he's played in and will be attended to by the training staff. Amadeus Linderoth, one of many Nordic players on this team, as it's that left leg stretched out. Mika Elavara was quite complimentary of the Nordic players on this team, and just to name a few: Sander Rode, Jorgen Pedersen, Maximus Tainio, and of course Amadeus Linderoth. Mentioned players of these profile, they just come in and want to work hard. They're low maintenance. And you mentioned they're underrepresented in this game in America. But what he loves about what those 4 and really all the Nordic players on this team have brought to the table, it's the unselfishness, the team-oriented attitude. As Linderoth walks off the pitch and his day is done, it's Reed Valentine. The former Texoma man will head onto the pitch to face his former teammates in Will Perkins and Teddy Baker. Valentine, the 20-year-old Dallas defender, is into the match. Sander Rode has also checked out. His day, along with Amadeus Linderoth's, is done. It's a group of players, like we mentioned, that Portillo Alvaro and company have enjoyed coaching. They bring that hustle to the table. And Brendan Kruger, he comes on late in replacement of Sander Rode. It's been quite the turnaround in the second half for Knoxville today. They didn't record a shot on target in the second half until the 74th minute in that Charlotte match. And immediately they scored inside the first 15 minutes of play in half number 2 today. They've set fireworks upon it. And now Sarasota still in search of the answer. It's Bryant again on the set piece. Forward to Bolaños, it's kept in. And Garibay smothers this one. He'll take it with full control and whip it out of his area. Knoxville stay with it. They look to double their lead. It's Baker, calls his own number. Teddy Baker couldn't float it in. It was picturesque how he got forward, dancing by defenders. He even played it forward with such ease, but maybe a little too much ease. Dian, Babacar Dian. Bouncer cleared. It's a spinner. Collision in the area as Reed Valentine got right in the face of Eli Conway. Sarasota is very excited about Reed Valentine. Like so many young players on this team, the ceiling is so high for the 20-year-old defender. This actually a big day for Valentine. His 50th professional appearance. That ball finds no one. It skips across the area. But Scott McLeod finds his way to it in urgent manner. Reed Valentine, much like his left back, was voted mid-season Defender of the Year in 2025 when he was with Texoma. McLeod on the ground for Knoxville. Conway shoved off the ball, and Justin St. Pierre indicates Knoxville possession, but the training staff now motioned on by the head official to check on the injured Scott McLeod. Ian Fuller talks things over with James Thomas and company on how to close this game off on the right note. James Thomas is soaking all the learning lessons up from Ian Fuller like a sponge. Thomas, of course, a defender over the last 2 years for Knoxville. It was their first ever signee, along with Danny Fernandez, the only two players by the end of the 2025 season that were left from the 2022 inaugural year that took part in USL League Two. Thomas this year transitioned into the assistant coach role. Has loved every bit of Knoxville. So there's a reason me and Danny Fernandez have taken such pride in playing for Knoxville, and it is Fernandez set to come onto the pitch. He'll replace Scott McLeod. The Jamaican defender replaced Jaheim Brown due to injury, and now it's Fernandez that will come on for McLeod, who will be unable to continue the match. Mikel Guling, the second reinforcement here in this sequence for Knoxville. Guling in for Kochenkov. Fernandez in for McLeod. This will be the crew. He hopes to clinch all 3 points for Knoxville and put an end to this winless skip. Guling and Fernandez in. And each get their first touches of the night right there. Guling has DN in the box. Works across and it skips in front of Baker. McRobb. Fernandez. Service to the backside. Cannot find Nico Rosamilia. Alex Sutton has had a good day. He's seen 5 shots on target, he's saved 4. Garrett McLaughlin set to be the next substitution for Sarasota. Conway scored his first professional goal earlier tonight. Caputo. McRobb. Skelton sends it all the way around. Sarasota win it back, and if anything, they need to convert on the set pieces the rest of the way. The lack of conversion, it's hindered them. But you have to credit this Sarasota team for getting in the spots to draw those set pieces. The Garrett McLaughlin substitution moments away from happening. Another multi-time All-League honoree in USL League One. And the Players' Shield winner in 2023 with NCFC. Ready to come on and provide that veteran presence, but also goal scoring. Caputo couldn't settle it. Justin St. Pierre has some words for Will Perkins. McLaughlin in for Terzaghi. One legendary goal scorer for the other. Another free kick in the attacking area for Sarasota. Player down for Sarasota. And the trainer working on the head of the injured man. Yeah, Jonathan Bolaños, the injured man, appears to have taken contact to the upper body. He's back to his feet, and that's a good sign. You can see even the Knoxville Stadium personnel on to check on Bolaños. Here's another look at it. Oh, there's the hit. Perkins unintentional. Bolaños went down after he was initially challenged, and it looked like he went into the lower body of Will Perkins. Again, no malintent there, just incidental and unfortunate for Jonathan Bolaños. There's a rugged look. Jonathan Bolaños, as tough as they come. Desperate to get back on the pitch and finish this one. Sarasota are far from out of it. They're just one good sequence away from being in position for a result. Here's Ethan Bryan. He has been The set piece man. It's flicked on and cleared away by Conway. Watch the USL Championship in League One on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Rosamilia, back to Perkins. And finds Sutton. Under 15 minutes to go until the announcement of stoppage time. Knoxville today have shot with an accuracy of 62.5%. Ian Fuller noted that that's just always been their thing since he's taken over. Prior to the start of the 2025 season, they want the high percentage looks. They certainly have the quality to finish, especially starting Denis Kurchenkov and Babakar Diana top the formation tonight. After a rough few outings for this Knoxville team, he trusted his guys' ability to find quality chances and finish on them as well. So we just need to see the ball go toward the net in a positive manner just a couple of times, and the rest will take care of itself. Jersey tug from behind, advantage not played, and there it is. First yellow card of the night comes in the 78th minute. Abel Caputo, ginger and slow to get up. Anderson Rosa showing his 4th booking of the year. Again, first one tonight for either club. He was frustrated, knew it immediately. Didn't welcome that yellow card with open arms by any means, but it's been that kind of night for Sarasota. They've done just about everything right. They've just missed the execution piece. Mikael Lavara has been focusing on finding the duality between the high press and the mid block, when to take your moments, but also bait and win the ball in the middle of the pitch. This isn't a team that concedes a lot of shots per game. They press well and they find their attack in transition, but today their transitional moments have been bested by the one-on-one defending of Knoxville. Jonathan Bolaños back on the pitch, that's great to see. Holds the single season assist record in USL League One with 11 helpers. He's actually an MVP finalist back in 2022, and the Richmond Kickers won the Players' Shield. The only thing standing between him and that award was Emiliano Terazaghi. He walked away with yet another MVP award. But the Richmond connection, it is strong within this Sarasota team. Bolaños, an all-league first-team player and Players' Shield winner. And a stretch, clipped Conway, and he is shaken up. First-time professional goal scorer. Back to his feet. And it sets up Baker on the set piece. By the looks of it, it doesn't seem like he would go direct based on his distance from the ball, and that is the case. Knoxville just reset. Ball in, flicked forward, and Sutton was ready. Goulding with the quick flick. Sutton goes forward, it has a lot of bounce to it, and Garibay got there before Bolaños. Here comes Sarasota. Played inside for Bender. Bender goes down. There it is, a penalty. Justin St. Pierre points to the spot. Jordan Bender fouled in the area. and Sarasota have a chance to level. Caputo's shown the booking. What an incredible sequence of events. Let's take a look at that again. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Bender with the touch. Might have had that jersey tugged from behind by Caputo. Here's a better look at it. You'll see the arm extension from Caputo. It's slight, it's hard to tell in the moment if his feet got underneath Bender, but nonetheless, it's a penalty. Aaron Walker, the veteran, the former League One title winner, one-on-one with John Garibay, the 36-year-old, to even it up. It's Walker, stopped by Garibay! Roll that again, and the beautiful bean footage. Walker goes to the right. Garibay saw it the whole way. Not the greatest penalty taken. It didn't have too much distance. Garibay did not have a lot of ground to cover, but he was ready. It was a big moment. And once again, Sarasota have another corner kick. Paradise were 1 for 1 on PKs before that take. Now 1 for 2 on the year. Here's the corner. Garibay out of position. It falls to Stretch. Rosamilia on it and clears. Kruger, after the substitution. And Garibay way off his line. Knoxville need to get back. O'Dwyer checks in. Meanwhile, for Sarasota, another Richmond player that has that bond with Jonathan Bolaños, Emiliano Terzaghi. The list goes on and on. Stretch. Good throw in. Bolaños on a positive header there. Or O'Dwyer, excuse me. Walker to the backside, it's in! After a saved penalty, the resilience of Sarasota to continue forward saves the game. Reed Valentine has leveled it. Let's take a look at that again. Roll that beautiful bean footage. You knew something would have to come off a corner kick at some point in this game. Walker into the box, and Valentine waited for it. Served on a silver platter, and finished at a platinum level. Walker will get the assist, and it's Reed Valentine, just his second ever professional goal. Has to get back to hustle. Here come Knoxville. Rosamilia to give them the lead. It's so close. It was inviting and daring. Eli Conway was at the back post and couldn't get there in time. That's as close as it gets, and you can see the hands on the heads of all the Knoxville fans behind the goal. They all bent over simultaneously. That's as good of a chance as Knoxville might get the rest of the game. Defense has kept Sarasota in it. After all the trials and tribulations, not playing since July 11th, not scoring since June 20th. It's all been put to the side as John Murphy Jr. checks in for Knoxville. little bit of a tussle there. McLaughlin grabbed by McRobb. We play on. Garibay, not a good ball. And here comes Sarasota. Garibay lost it for the moment. Under 4 minutes until the announcement of stoppage time. There it is, first goal since June 20th for Sarasota. A moment of relief. The moment they needed. Murphy. Knoxville plead for the handball, and they'll get it. One up high on Chandler O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer immediately confers with all his defenders to get them in a good spot. As Teddy Baker goes for service. We'll say it again. Baker, top 2 in the league in chances created. Coming into tonight, he leads League One in chances created from set-piece situations. The moment seems too good to be true for Teddy Baker in front of the home fans with a desire to end the 3-game losing skid. Baker frustrated as things now to the liking of Justin St. Pierre. It's Baker. Header off Guling. Rosamilia. Perkins. To the box. Taken out of the air. Another ball in. It took a hard touch. Looked like off of Conway's foot. And if it fell favorably, would have been a great scoring chance for Knoxville. Under 2 minutes to go until stoppage time. Fernandez, who's adapted to a role as a sub and a starter this year, a little more as a substitution, leads the team with 11 entries in the middle of matches. Sarasota take over. Doesn't matter what role Danny Fernandez has had, he's always had an impact, had a knack for the ball. Will certainly have to get back to defend as Bolaños gets a hand from his head coach. Sarasota will wait for numbers, and that'll take us pretty much to the 90th minute. Given the 2 goals and all the substitutions, stoppage time should look a bit more decent for both these clubs than it did in the first half. Valentine lays this one through. Cross on the ground, it's slid by Waters and O'Dwyer. Heavy collision on the near side. Conway again taken down. He's had to take one for the team on multiple occasions. That cross was excellent from the far side. It skipped by 2 Sarasota players. It is a foul and a free kick. It's Garibay to send this long. Into traffic. Dien turns and faces Rosamilia. Murphy Jr. John Murphy Jr. didn't like the look initially, excuse me. Hounded by Rosa. Murphy Jr. nowhere to go. He's last to touch. Goal kick for Sarasota. Of course, stoppage time is brought to you by Zoom Drain, the official drainage partner of One Knoxville SC. Half a dozen minutes left in this one. Into the box. On the ground. Sitting clear. Knoxville look for a handball. And it's out for a corner kick. It would only be fitting for Sarasota on their 13th corner kick to record the game winner, as it's Rosa who heads over to the corner flag for his set piece duties. This will likely have outswing, as he is a lefty. It does indeed. A bit direct and last touched by Dien. It was a little after the corner kick that Reed Valentine struck on a header off the pass from Aaron Walker. Knoxville first to touch. Immediately played out wide, this left side. It's been the bread and butter for Sarasota. But Rosa, dispossessed by Rosamilia, headed by Sutton, and it falls to Ian Fuller. Dien quickly to the throw-in spot. Leaves it for Cooling. Cooling to Dien. And last touched by Rosa. Under 4 minutes to go until the approximate end of this one. You can feel the anticipation and the nervous energy amongst the benches for both teams, the fans in the stands. For all those watching at home, a win for either side would be so crucial, but could this game be so cruel to take 3 points away from both of these clubs? Off the deflection, Sutton collects. O'Dwyer. Stretch. Nothing to it, and it's Knoxville's to control. What will they do with that control? That is still to be answered. Garibay needs to land perfectly. It does. It took a kind roll. Danny Fernandez, the longest tenured one Knoxville player, heads immediately into the area after his ball skips a bit wide of Gouling. Knoxville switched the pitch. Sarasota with it. They look to get out and run. The long ball played through. The run timed well, and it's a critical touch. It's Bolaños, the net free. Bolaños, the line is cleared. My goodness. Will Perkins saves the game for Knoxville. Ian Fuller's side clinging on a thread of hope. It's Rosamilia. The cross in, oh my goodness! Babacar Dien will not be denied. Knoxville lead. You knew it was coming for Knoxville. Will Perkins clears the line defensively, and his teammates work quickly down the pitch to find Babacar Dien, who heads it in past Alex Sutton. For a team that has struggled, faced adversity, it's only fitting that their man, Babacar Dien, gets them on the board late. That is our play of the match. And roll that beautiful play. Bush Beans from Knoxville, supporting Knoxville, and they'll certainly support that goal. right place, right time, Babacar Diagne. And that is the game. Babacar Diagne walks it off for one Knoxville. The losing skid is over. Our man of the match. The anticipation on. How could it not be? It's Babacar Diagne. He is our man of the match, presented by Peaceful Sides Brewery Club Light, brewed in the peaceful side of the Smoky Mountains. We play on. Apologies for the miscommunication. Rosa. What a finish this could be. It's touchdown and just wide of Gainbridge. It's out for a Knoxville goal kick. Babacar Diagne with the late match stunner. Gainbridge looks to send it away one final time. Again, we apologize, the game not over. We play on following the celebration. Just seconds left. Rosa. Quick touch from Rosamilia. Baker defending. Knoxville clinging to 3 points. Headed out. 2-on-1 break, Sutton off his line. Knoxville couldn't capitalize. There is the final whistle. Knoxville are the comeback kids tonight. The drought is over, and Ian Fuller's side is back on the winning side of matches. They defeat Sarasota Paradise in exciting late game fashion, 2-1. Babacar Diagne with our play of the game, and he of course is our man of the match. Again, man of the match presented by Peaceful Side Brewery's Club Light, brewed in the peaceful side of the Smoky Mountains. But leading up to that sequence, the line cleared by Knoxville. That's the moment that it set it up for an Ian Fuller in his return to the pitch after a red card suspension. Collects all 3 points in this one. Covenant Health Park is in a frenzy. It's because one Knoxville defeats Sarasota Paradise 2-1. When we come back, we'll have highlights and full-time stats coming up next.
Extra. It changes the energy on the field and off. It changes the expectations. It changes the game. At Regions, we celebrate the extra that makes the SEC the definition of excellence, while our team goes the extra mile so your financial wins keep coming too. Extra changes everything. And Extra is our ordinary at Regions, official bank of the SEC.
Forget it. And if it's not, it'll soon be there, and you get it then.
Once again, our final score, one Knoxville defeats Sarasota 2-1 in dramatic fashion. Babacar Diagne with the stoppage time stunner. He collects all 3 points for Knoxville. And I'm sure you want to know how we got to this exhilarating finish. Well, let's go back in time and take a look. Full-time highlights tonight. Starting off in the early going. Final stats, Knoxville walk away with the 2-1 win, but Sarasota accumulated chances, whether it was via corner kicks or overall shots. They had chances on the attacking end, but only finished with 1 goal. In the end, Knoxville, they struggled to get shots on target throughout the game, but eventually got in a groove and was able to test Alex Sutton much more. They also controlled more of the possession in the end. Up next, Knoxville head on the road to face the Greenville Triumph. For Sarasota, it'll be a road fixture against the Charlotte Independents. Eli Conway records his first professional goal, and Babacar Diagne wins it in stoppage time. For our entire production crew, I'm Josh Lilt saying so long from Knoxville, Tennessee. One Knox defeats Sarasota Paradise. Have a great night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.